Okay. Hello, everyone. I apologize for the delay. I got a very, very important phone call at 1 minute before 7. And yeah, it took me a few minutes to finish it. I'm glad I was able to type. Also, I had to get out and come back in again for a second time, which I've had to do previously, because it just kept saying going live, going live, going live, and nothing happened. And so then I went out and went back to it and clicked on the go live again, and then it worked. So also I put my Logitech camera up because I think it's a better quality, but for some reason now I don't see the button for switching to that camera. I'm just on the camera for my PC. So welcome everybody. I wanted to announce to you that someone reached out to me the other day to ask me for the first time ever if I'd be interested in having an interview / meeting about who I am, my channel, and what I have going on. This person is the creator of the Facebook group Dark Sorcery, and he has a channel by the same name, Dark Sorcery. It's Alfredo Martinez. So in the past, I've been asked if I would like to go onto somebody's channel and have an interview, but I wasn't ready. This time I'm ready because I'm taking things more seriously and I'm really marketing my DreamWork course, and I've created a Facebook group. So if you don't know what it is already, it is Discover Kinetic and Dream Powers. And that is a place where you can engage with other people about dreams, about energy, raising energy, releasing energy. What is PK? What is psychokinesis? What is electrokinesis? Those are things I'm gathering information about from people before I start to create my second course. My first course is on Thinkific, and it is about dream recall and working with your dreams, decoding your dreams, and programming yourself for a dream. That is the foundation for anything else that you would really want to do. Your spiritual self should take you onto whatever else it is that is next for you in your journey of dreams. No earrings. So I've got my water here. In the past, I had a lot of people interested in shamanism, but it's not something that I know how to teach. It is basically considered spiritism, spiritualism. We are intercessors to the spirit world, which means we're mediums, basically. So I'm really looking for people to ask questions about dreams. This course that I signed up for, guys, I had no idea that it was going to take me more than 30 days to really start getting sales on my course. The price is astronomical. It's incredibly exorbitant for me. I don't make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. And the expense that I have for what they want is the cost of my rent. I mean, a lot of people have a mortgage that price. And that's the amount of money that they want, unless you put the amount of the entire course on a credit card and then start paying it down. So I have to deal with that first thing in the morning because I've emailed them. It's called Organic Course Selling Mastery. It's an 8-week course, and they're asking for money right away every month. Like I said, I should have been qualified as to whether or not I could do that, because if it takes 8 weeks and you don't already have a social presence, right? You don't already have a network in place. You don't have enough traffic to get to your site. Uh, I'm just starting to do what he's recommended, and that is create a Facebook group. So anyone who buys the course has got the group to go to. And when I was taking a self-directed course in college, it was online with the teacher. And then we had to go to this sort of group where we had to interact with others, and we had to make a sensible question, or tell a story and make a sensible, legitimate sounding statement, and not just say, oh, I agree. Or, otherwise he'd say, that's not enough. So I'm remembering that. They're not left alone after you buy the course. You're not left to your own devices. You can come to the Facebook group and ask questions, engage with others, and engage with me. Whoever gave me the thumbs up right away, I thank you very, very much. Now I'm wondering if there's a way, because being on YouTube now is not the same thing as being on my PC camera and having a button to switch, to the Logitech. What's this button here? Camera and microphone. Okay. Well, it sounds like my microphone is on. All right. So I'm going to have to play with this a little bit more to figure out how to switch to the Logitech camera, because it is a better quality. This is just kind of fuzzy. Don't you agree? I posted an hour ago on my channel under community posts that I was going live for an open discussion on nature-based religion, dreams, and shamanism. But I don't know how many people are actually seeing it. I don't know that it goes into my subscribers' feed. So like I've said, you really need to see if you can find a community post, or just write down Sunday night live 7 p.m. for my Casting Cauldron channel. Now, again, this interview that I had with Alfredo Martinez for Dark Sorcery was not only posted to his Facebook group, but also his channel. So I'm now finally getting recognized in networking with the occult community. I've been on here now for, I'd say, 7 years. I've stopped counting. But I didn't create a course until a year ago. And I didn't know how I was going to advertise it. This is an organic way to do it, but it takes time to network. Just so you know that. Don't sign up for a course that wants $200, $300, $400, $500 a month or more when you don't even have a social media presence yet. You don't have a course yet. And his course is 8 weeks long. I've been cut off from the course because I just don't have the kind of money that he's looking for. So guys, be careful. They didn't qualify me and didn't ask me if I already had a course or anything. So it's unfortunate that people do this and you get caught up in start making money in 30 days. So I feel like an idiot and I'm dealing with it. So yeah, starting an online business, e-commerce of any kind, even if you've got a channel and you've got, a place for people to send donations and such, or Patreon. I've got a coffee account, KOFI, and there I do have a couple of services that I can offer. I'm very good with cord cuttings. And I also have a return to sender. So if you feel like you've been suffering a lot of weird things, then it might be time to have somebody do a return to sender for you. I've also got a fiery wall of protection oil for sale over there. And also you can just make a donation for, any information that you've received off of my channel or my lives that you found very, very informative or helpful. The thing is, people don't know if you don't let them know. I'm not a millionaire. I do appreciate support, $5 at least. That's the thing. So my main focus here is really to get the word out that I have this course. And if anybody has any questions about purchasing it when they get over there, or like I said, anything after that, I'm going to make it very clear on this Facebook page that this is where you would come after you purchase the course to engage with others and see whatever it is that I have posted. And you can also engage with me, the instructor. There's a lot of distractions in the world, so I don't know. But yeah, if you go to Dark Sorcery Facebook page or his YouTube channel, you can see the interview that he gave with me. He's a good interviewer. He did his homework. I was really impressed because he'd asked me a question about one of my videos where I stated that if you do magic, you put magic out for money, but you haven't really put forth any energy to try to make an attempt in some way for money to come to you, it's not necessarily going to come to you in the beginning. He said, I said, cheaters never prosper. This is true. But what I said also was that the more practiced you become at calling money into your life, the easier and the faster it actually starts to happen. So it's a summons, it's a calling forth of financial prosperity or financial relief, and you state the amount of money that you need, you call that into your life. And yes, I'm doing that. I did it. I did it in December. And again, I had a little series of unfortunate events. I went out and parked in a space that I've parked in many times before at Club Pilates on the corner. And some gigantic SUV pulled out way too far and just crunched my little car. And in a matter of a couple of days, it was decided it was totaled. And then they invited me to go down to their office and get a check. Thank goodness I still have the truck. This is why I decided to keep 2 vehicles and not sell my truck. So even though my friend, who's been able to save a lot of money, she's got a husband who's working and making good money, thought I should sell my truck and pay off my past, obligations, medical bill, whatever else it is that I had, rent from my previous apartment, right? Because I had to get out of there because she just likes to, immediately pay off all her debts. And I said, if you do that, if everything you pay everything with cash, you're going to be cash poor. And you can't always, it depends on your situation. You can't always just sell what you've got just to pay off that debt so you have no debt. If somebody hits your car and it's not enough money to go buy another car, do you see? It's not that simple. That's my motto. So check out Alfredo Martinez's Facebook group, Dark Sorcery. I really enjoy it. I know I've been over there for at least 9 months. A lot of people post their work, their candle magics. It's very creative. I enjoy seeing people's creativity in their workings, their candle magics, and other whatever products they are creating, whatever ideas they come up with. Very creative spell work I've seen um, for a particular issue on paper, and then how they go about enacting it with candles. And then one man just created an incredibly beautiful Ouija board with a planchette. It looks very rustic. So, and I've interacted over there quite a bit. So I think he's noticed that. And then on his channel, he has just a lot of different um, interviews. I like the fact that he seems to interview more women than other channels that I've seen that just primarily interview men. And I know there's really probably quite not as many women really into the occult or metaphysics or candle magic, except maybe in his tradition. There's probably a lot more women, uh, Latino witches, brujeria. And I've never stated that that's what I am. Oh, I wanted to get my Oshun picture in the candle. Okay, nobody's asking any questions. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go get her. You think of a question. I'll be right back. Let's see if you can say, yeah, there it is. Today is Sunday, okay? She very much relates to the sun. She also relates to Venus. So you can light a candle on Friday, or you can light a candle on Sunday. But there she is, my patron goddess. And some people would say I'm eclectic. I couldn't argue with that. You know, we have many parts to us, I think. She is very much associated with water, and she has come to me in a dream. I've also talked about how she relates to life path number 5. She also came to me when I started using a spirit app a couple of months ago, and she identified herself. So without getting too much into that, you usually want to make sure that whoever's coming through is identifying themselves in some way, either with some kind of a description of themselves or something related to their name, or some type of a memory that you may have been prompted to think of over the past few days. So that was my first networking, I guess, in this community. I saw him on an interview I looked up today. I don't think it's on his channel. Something about a little bit of me in you, I think is the name of the channel. And he was being interviewed. So he got to talk a lot about himself, which was very interesting. And one thing he said was he has a team. You can't be successful by yourself. And I've been finding that out to be true. And that's one reason why I come on here to interact with other people. So I might have some type of a collaboration. He mentioned it. Maybe joining this list of other people that he's got, that he calls his team. In whatever capacity, I don't know yet. Fortunately, it doesn't take me that long to hop onto the Facebook group and answer a question or make a post. Put a fun fact. The other day I posted that the word for divination in dreams is oneiromancy. I pulled out some books I have. I think they're on my bed over there. Yeah, let me go get them. Whoops. Okay, these are just two of the books that I pulled out to just look back and review on what is recommended for enhancing your dreams and gaining answers. Let's see. This book is by a woman named DJ Conway. I think she's also a shamanic witch. A Little Book of Candle Magic. I can't say enough good things about this book either. I love it. Enhance your dreams and find guidance. And she gives a lot of correspondences on what you need to use as far as stones, incense, oils, candles. And then she gives a short little chant that you can say before you go to bed. Dreams of mystery, dreams of light, come to me softly and sweetly tonight. Give me the guidance to help find my way through the problems of life that surface each day. And you can make a specific statement as to what your specific problem is. And then at the end of it, she has, see figure 14 on page 173. No, figure 54. So in the back, she has these illustrations as to how you would lay out, how you would create your layout for this particular working. So number 54, let's see, 24. Some of them are really, really simple. And some of them, she's got a lot going on. You don't have to use every single stone or every single color candle that she recommends. Okay, this one, prepare for divination, figure 54, strengthen psychic abilities, prepare for divination, enhance your dreams. Here we go. She's got the 3 candles, a bag up at the top, and then I don't know what that is up there, but these are very, very interesting. Look at this one, strengthen your psychic shield. Look how elaborate that is. But sometimes the more elaborate, the more you get your emotions involved. If you really need to strengthen your psychic shield, if you really need protection from whatever is coming at you. And then she has, in the beginning, her recommendations for a general altar, which is what we do in traditional witchcraft. You've got your deity in the center, and then you've got a black candle on one side and a white candle on the other. You can have a representation of the goddess, and then also the god, the Lord and the lady, right? You could have 2 figure candles. And then a lot of times there's a candle to represent yourself, an astral candle. And then on the west, there's going to be water. On the east, there's going to be incense. She has a day candle. I don't know what that is. And then at the bottom, there's your wand and your atame. And then a pentagram in the center. So This is a wonderful little book. And I never paid more than about $10. I don't know how much they are now. Here's another book that I purchased years ago, a dream book by Jillian Kemp. A lot of things in here are very simple and very easy for beginners. A lot of good information. And then there was some information in the back here that really pertained to me because I work so much with the mind and mental influence and astral travel and remote viewing and ways that you can actually influence someone to help them. It's called My Wish is Your Command. But yeah, there has to be some type of established rapport with this person before you could try to help them see your point of view. You know, it's not about manipulating someone to do things, but maybe help them see something in a different way. And so, yeah, there's lots of interesting information in this book. Jillian Kemp. And I think that's with a J. And I don't know if it looks like this anymore or not. So, and this goes with nature-based spirituality. We practice usually at a sacred space, which is called our altar. And we have a representation of all the elements there. Because we're going to draw from this portal and the elements. And then you got to remember to drink water before you go to bed. So it's worth it, even if you have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, because we have to stay hydrated. You know, water is the element of dreams and emotions. So you have to have plenty of water. All right, someone keeps coming and going. Well, I guess this video will be watched later. Oh, hey, one of my subscribers made it. Hello, Alchemy of Life. Caught alive, yeah. I figured I'd probably have to stay on for about 45 minutes before people might be able to make it. Nice to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. What are we talking about tonight? Well, I just showed a couple of my books. I talked a little bit about what shamanism is, it's spiritism. And then I talked about my Facebook group and my most recent interview. Someone reached out to me to interview me just yesterday, I believe. No, Friday. The creator of Dark Sorcery, Alfredo Martinez, he reached out to me and asked if he could interview me for his channel. So I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he has a channel on YouTube called Dark Sorcery, and he just interviews all kinds of people from all kinds of different paths. He's very interested in learning. And so in this way, he gets more information from other people. So he posted the interview that we had together on his Facebook group page, which is Dark Sorcery, and also on his YouTube channel, which is Dark Sorcery. So I feel I was very surprised. Someone asked me a couple of years ago and I wasn't ready, but I'm ready now because I'm really trying to get the word out that I have this new Facebook group that people can go to. It's called Discover Kinetic and Dream Powers. So we talk about those things over there. So I had shown a couple of my books, this one by Jillian Kemp on facilitating a dream, and then this one, Candle Magic, which has some spell work in here, as well as a lot of information on how to set up an altar, everything about stones, candles, all those things, and lots of different types of workings that you might want to do, including enhancing your dreams and getting an answer to a question. Yeah, check him out. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Yeah, he's very much into spiritism. And it's interesting that you mentioned the ceremonial ritual, because that's the very first thing that I was led to do after I had a emotional breakthrough. I spent a lot of time doing my meditations several times a day, and finally brought myself out of a very dark night of the soul. I had a very illuminating journey dream. Then I began to research what had happened, and I began to go to Barnes and Noble to look at books. And as I was kind of visually scanning them, I'd hear a high pitched ringing in my right ear, and that would be the book that I would pick. And the first book, it was either Wisdom of the Mystic Masters or Ceremonial Magic. And so I just started working this ceremonial magic at my little altar in my bedroom. And I probably did that diligently for 4 months. And that's where I began to see that when I raised energy for a certain number of days, that when I did the working again and finally made the last statement, and pointed my hands, that wherever I pointed, like to the pentagram, right, that lights would go out. So that's evidence of us having energy, and that when we do a working and we finish it and we announce that it is done, we have released energy, whether we see it or not. A lot of people worry that nothing, has really gone out anywhere, and have I done it right, and so forth and so on. Yes, I mean, you have the energy, you raise the energy, you've got the intent, you've got the emotions, you've got the request, and you have said it is done. Then have faith that it is done. Set it and forget it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Emotions are our friend. And this is the best way to use them in a very, very productive manner. Whether you are excited about the prospect, or you are even upset about something and you need to return it to the sender, right? Either way, you've got to emote. You can't just carve something on a candle, light a candle, even though you've got all of the other things set around you, and expect very much energy to have been released if you're not really getting into it. And this is where the statements of the spell work comes into play, the chanting, whatever it is. This is the raising of the energy. And you should feel that in your body, the tingling. Sometimes people feel it in their spine. Sometimes you might feel a little twitching around the center of your spine. So yeah, really getting into it and then releasing it. And this is what I refer to as the kinetic powers. And you can use that to, as I've stated, charge batteries. I put a little clip on my Facebook group page. And that it might take a while for you to get to the point where you're really able to produce enough of a charge. But this is a part of us that we need to understand is our nature spirit side. We are nature spirits having a physical experience. We set up a sacred space to work that becomes a portal for where we do our workings. And if you want to keep it charged, you can light a little tea light every day if you can, or for a few minutes every day to keep that area charged so that when you do go to work it. I love learning about those. I've been practicing for years, so much wisdom to learn from that small nugget. Wow. Hoodoo and Solomon seals. Yes, I have the Key of Solomon. I did finally buy that book and start working with the um, planetary symbols. I have them on little wooden discs right now. And then I put them one at a time on my altar to gather energy and get charged. I love hoodoo. There's something about it that's just so attractive to me. Everything is so neatly arranged on a circular area, a plate, right? Oh, yeah. It really helps to keep the area charged. Yes, fire. Fire is so important. It's like the electricity of life that we have in our bodies. And I don't recommend this for people who haven't really worked on themselves a lot yet, but there is something called drawing down the sun. And this is what I have done to fill up my body with energy. There's a certain very careful way that you have to do it, of course. And I started noticing that after I would open the back door and look up at the sun and just breathe in that light and that energy, I'd get all tingly. And then if I went over to something that could light up, like with batteries, it would light up. But in the beginning, you can use other things like on my Facebook page, I have a picture of me touching this plasma ball. I bought this plasma ball. Let me see if I can show you. It's on the box over there. I brought Oshun over here with the candle. But yes, listening to sounds of electricity, watching images of electricity being shot off of your hands, um, touching and looking at the plasma ball. This can help you electrify your being and really just charge your chi, okay? Help you to have energy to get through the day. Um, not just release energy, but you can do that to help you raise even more energy before your spell work. Yes, you can go to a workshop. I've said this before. You can go to a workshop that you spend like $100 or so for, and you're there for 2 hours, and you only get one piece of information from it, which you said, is the nugget. But you walk away with that, and that's the whole. It's been worth it because you've gotten at least that one piece of information, and you can take that and work with that. Do you have any questions about dream work, dream recall? My course is on Thinkific. You can see that, and you can see that link if you go to my Facebook group, Discover Kinetic and Dream Powers, and you click on the join button, just answer a few questions. But I have a link over there, I think, that you can see to my Thinkific course. It's called Magic School, magic with a K, magicschool.thinkific.com. And the only course I have there now, it's a mini course. It's like 30 minutes long. But I've condensed everything that I've learned and taught in self-hypnosis into this practice of using water, candles, the fire, and into this 30-minute course, which gives you a foundation, and you can keep that in your home library. You may find it really interesting to hear how I talk about my background and things that I remembered that I might have only briefly talked about in one video, and I have 350 videos at least. So yeah, if you go and you see that interview with me with Alfredo, you'll hear him ask me, how did you get on this, or when did you discover? So I'll be telling you what was happening to me since childhood. And it was my father who actually started leading me from one thing to another so that I could develop. How do you program your dreams? How do you program your dreams for specific instructions of outcomes in life? I was talking about one spell in this book. Like, is it a ritual you love doing before bed? Not ritual, really. It's like prayer, okay? Magic is prayer with props, but you're working with your mind as an organic computer. And basically, once you learn how to activate your psychic center, which is your third eye, like you said, with fire, it's very important to have that element around you. So many people just love having candles lit in their home at night. They don't understand that they're craving that connection to the sun, and that, there was a candle called a magic candle. Kris Jenner was doing it. It was an infomercial. And they told stories about people looking at these candles and this fire, and maybe that candle holder said marriage or love or money, right? And they would work with that candle holder, and that flame, that fire, and be asking specifically what it was that they wanted, or visualizing what it was that they wanted. So the fire helps you with that. Now, it is important to know how to word your requests. And this is where learning how to write affirmations for spell work is important. But you can start with simple chants that rhyme. And you're going to ask, how am I going to get an extra $5,000? Please show me how I can get an extra $5,000 coming into my life over the next, by the end of this month, by March 31st. And then, of course, you have to add the caveat that this comes in a very positive, safe way with good to all concerned. So this is making a request for your subconscious mind to assist you and show you how that could come about. And then you have to trust your intuition. Throughout the day, you might remember a title of a book or have some impression come to you on things that you need to do, or you'll be led to people and places that can give you information. Oh, that's great. Wow. Oh, the universe is sound, they say, right? Oh, I have a book all about spell work. Really, it's called A Little Book of Affirmations, and what it is a series of scripts that are carefully worded that you can read to yourself for achieving a goal. It's like opening your spell book when you got everything ready, right? And you got your spell book so that you can read off your chants. This is basically what it is. Um, the scripts I've got for self-esteem, self-confidence, these are important. You can do spell work for that. There's a set of scripts for money. There's another one for love. And then I've got one for smoking cessation. And one that's extremely important that really helped me is for harmony and happiness. I can't say that that's going to work for everyone who's sad or depressed, but once I got to the point where I was reciting that and all of those words, reading those words and reciting those words, which I have adapted, okay, I didn't steal them. I took a hypnotherapy course. It facilitated the final step for me to have my dream journey where I woke up feeling like a new person. It transformed the energy of helplessness and depression into peace. I mean, that was just, to me, one of the big catalysts for understanding the power of words. And I love that you're creating your own subliminal affection tracks. Okay. Yeah. And how do you do your chants then? Do you chant Om, or do you chant to a particular deity like Ganesha? And how do you write your spells? Do you write little chants that rhyme? Because I talked about the one that's back here for enhancing dreams and finding guidance. She has all of her recommendations for the candles, the stones, and the oils, and how to set them out and anoint them. And then she's got her own little chants, which are about 4 to 5 lines long, and they rhyme. So, that rhythm is very, very important. It's like beating a drum. That helps to get you in the state of mind, the deeper state of mind. Dream of mystery, dreams of light, come to me softly, sweetly tonight. Come to my guidance to help me find my way through the problems of life that surface each day. So that's just one example of creating a chant. A lot of people like to make them rhyme. They don't have to rhyme, but it is highly recommended. So can you share what kind of mantra that you use? or how you write your spells could be helpful to other people. Oh, affirmations track. Okay. I kind of thought that's what you meant. Wow. Oh, writing spells in third person. You'll have to explain that. But I love that you are creating using Vedic mantras. Do you mean Sanskrit? Because I chant to Ganesha in Sanskrit and to Shiva. I've been going to temple since the summer. I'm really enjoying it. And do you have a particular deity? There's a excuse me, celebration coming up on the dark moon for this month to Shiva. Shivaratri. And isn't it interesting that it's on the dark moon, everybody? Shiva has a crescent moon on his head, so he's very much about the subconscious mind and dreams. Excuse me. Yes, I'm familiar with Kleem. I believe it has something to do with prosperity. Sanskrit. Oh, yes. Wow. Very interesting. I wonder if you have a life path number 5 like me. Well, there's another practitioner here on YouTube that's been on here for like 13 years. And she is now very much into Hinduism because it's just so ancient. There's so much that's been borrowed. And I've heard and I think Sanskrit is the most strongest language that there is. There's just nothing like Sanskrit, right? Every letter relates to like a note on a piece of musical paper, sound, right? Every letter corresponds to a certain vibration or sound. And then when you put the letters together to make a word, that creates another particular vibration, right? Om is the primordial sound of the universe. And then the chant to Ganesha calls the deity Ganesha. And I have made a video, I don't know if you've seen it. Ganesha is about the mind. It's the deity of the mind. And so there's a lot of occultism to talk about there. So I have been led by Ganesha and then became aware. And then Lakshmi, I recently had joined a festival for Lakshmi at the Hindu temple. And I have to tell you, as I have stated how important it is for us to all get in touch with goddess energy, by the end of the hour-and-a-half festival, we were all standing there repeating some chants from the priest. I was just crying and crying and crying and crying. And I didn't really know why, but I just felt I don't know what it was. There was something was touched inside of me, released from my brain, and I got in touch with the mother goddess energy. Everybody needs a mother, right? And this is just a spiritual aspect of that. I've never experienced anything like that in any other religion ever, anywhere. And then the Shiva pujas that we have on Monday nights are also fascinating because I feel that he is about liberation through understanding. That's what happened to me, and other things as well. I got stuck in a ditch the other day on my way to Hindu temple. I felt like I should go, and I didn't even know about Shivaratri. I think it was Friday, Saturday, I don't know. It's been very, very cold. And I turned my truck and I slid. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going in the ditch. No, 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 no. And I stopped right at the top of the ditch. I tried to get out. I couldn't. I put kitty litter. And I thought, oh, this can't be happening to me. And I called out to Shiva, Shiva, help, Shiva, help. And the priest had said to me one day that if you call out to Shiva, he'll help you right away. And out of the blue, and this is out in a rural section of town out here. A man started coming about 5 minutes or so later down the road. And he just said, I have a strap. I can help you. I'll hook it onto the back. I'll pull you out. And as soon as you're level, he said, you don't have to do anything. Just put it in reverse or neutral. Is it neutral? I don't know. But once you get level, then I'll unhook it and you can go. That was, and I told the priest when I got there. Oh, wonderful. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Communicating with you. Oh, wonderful, wonderful to hear that. That's what drew you to my channel. Just the fact that yeah, I vibe heavy with the divine feminine. That's fantastic. Like I said, it's a spiritual concept of the mother energy. Everybody needs a mother. And there's balance. That's the thing. There has to be balance, working with both the god and the goddess energy. Yeah, it's another testament, isn't it? You said, call out to Shiva, Shiva will help you right away. I thought, okay, why not believe it? Why not try it? And it wasn't even Monday. So when I got there, he said, oh, I said, what's coming up? Because I'm still learning Shiva Ratri, this celebration of Shiva on the dark moon, the 25th. So I'm looking forward to that. I made a video about a dream I had with the snake coming up and wrapping around me. I felt like it was about dealing with fears, right? Your shadow, your fear, and sitting with it and continuing your daily life and your daily practices, which I have a practice of sitting quietly in the morning. I wake up slowly and then I'll sit quietly on the sofa, sipping my coffee, and I'll either ask myself what I dreamed, or maybe the dream will come right away and I'll remember. But yeah, that's really how I've gotten to have my meditation practice over the years. It's funny too because I hadn't been to temple for a couple of weeks. We've had such bad weather. And before I left here, I was saying, Shiva, I'm coming to see you. These are energies that we can plug into to assist us, We've got a lot going on in these lives that we have. And multiple ways of tapping into either spirits that have lived and understand the human condition, or those that haven't, that can assist us. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been an hour. I haven't yet learned what that word means. I actually was doing prana breath work years ago when I was learning meditation and I didn't know it. So, can you share what is a yantra? Because I could look it up, but oops. A geometric diagram used in meditation. Oh, like a mandala? Okay, I'll have to look more into that. My daughter actually bought a tapestry that was a mandala and she put that behind her bed. I looked up her life path number and Lakshmi would be her patroness, right? Patroness, goddess. But she just instinctively knew that. And she works in the floral department. Well, I guess if there are no other questions, this has been wonderful. I haven't been able to see where people can push the comments over to the right to see all of the chat after the video's been made and uploaded. Sometimes I can see where I can scroll to the right and there's chat conversations. But for some reason, with my last two lives, I haven't been able to push that over in any way and see the chat conversations. So maybe you can help spread the word to get people to come and interact and share it, just about anything really that's related to spirituality. Okay. Oh, I'll have to look up the Ganesha yantra. The mandala shapes our world in that image. Thank you so much. I'm loving your channel more and more. Fantastic. I'm so happy. I knew my intuition was telling me you really need to get on and start doing lives regularly to engage with other people again. Thank you so, so much. I'm going to sign off for now. It's been an hour and 3 minutes. And we'll see if after this is uploaded that people are able to slide the comment section over to see the chat or not. Otherwise, I think I'll just, if it's okay, I'll mention that I've had someone come and bring up the meditation with mantras. And I could maybe even mention your name if that's okay. You'll have to let me know. So I guess for now, I'll just say this has been really great. Thank you so much for coming and interacting with me. And sometimes it's very important for people that are at home and they don't really have any type of a group or a place to go to, for support. All right, fantastic. Alchemy of Life. Look forward to seeing you again. And with that, I'll say namaste. Blessed be. Until next time, Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you then. Good night.